Paulie, my buddy, man. How you doing?
Time. It said it's showtime. Am I on time? Are we
I
here?
think so. It
All
looks
right.
looks like we're on time. 7:15.
A live
Ready to
stream, dude?
rock.
Seriously?
Yeah, man. We're
Seriously, a
gonna do it
live stream?
live. Why not?
Why not do it live? Spit. spit. Spit on that thing.
Hawk Tui.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna
Come
get to that in a
on.
minute. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. What's up, Steve? How you doing,
Steve
buddy?
Woods, what's happening, buddy?
All right.
Live, number 42, brother man.
10
I know you're
more.
not
10
feeling
more.
good. I know you're
No,
not
I
feeling
feel
good,
like
and I
crap,
appreciate you for being
actually.
here. We're definitely not breaking the streak. We're not.
I'm dosed up, so I'm probably a little incoherent. But yeah, I'm not well today. Not well at all.
That's all
Um,
right. I'm glad you could
so
be here. It's good seeing you.
good seeing you too, man. We got a spot price update. I don't know if you want to throw that in the chat, guys. You're listening to the Crucible. This is the Crucible podcast. We're going live today.
We
Here
are
we got
live today.
gold at 23.59.70 and silver at 30.80. And this is, of course, for June 20th, 2024.
June 2024. You know what today is? You know what today is?
I don't.
Where's it at? Where's my damn live spot? There it is. So we use Kitco around these parts because why? Because that's what you use. Is
It's just
Kitco.
the right thing to do.
Today's the first day of summer, brother man. About 4
Is it really?
p.m. this afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. Summer officially kicked off.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. It's been like 90 something every day here for the past month.
Dude, bring me back up here. Bring me back here. Let's remove that and let's bring us back this way. It's, dude, Monday sucked. I'll just give you a quick rundown before we get right into the serious stuff, right? Monday sucked. It was hot, right? Worked a 24-hour shift, got home Tuesday, was groggy, really didn't sleep much at all. Bought a kick-ass little brush hog, not a brush hog, finish mower for the back of my tractor for mowing my side field and stuff. My wife wants me mowing acres of grass, so there we are. Got that. Recorded 2 videos. Got in edit mode. And if any content creators out there listening, you kind of know what edit mode is. You got to kind of get yourself in the zone of editing said videos. Get them up. Hit play. Dude, didn't even have my mic on when I was recording.
And so what, you just went back to go see it and it was
yeah, I went to go make a few cuts and everything and then upload it to YouTube. I thought my volume was down. I said volume's not down. It was the mic not. So I go back into StreamYard where I recorded. Sure as can be that the mic was set as some type of default towards the computer, which only works if you're using the camera on the computer, and clearly I'm not using the camera on the computer, so I had to re-record all that great stuff. The Outdoor Conquest, Randy,
what's up, buddy?
He was what's shaking. So Wednesday, the air was very, very heavy here. Was the heat was bearable, but the air was so heavy. Tuesday, it was just hot. Heavy air on Wednesday. I don't know what you got going down there by North Carolina, right?
The air's always heavy here, man. Air's always
heavy there.
So we got a few people in the chat, guys. Today we're doing a live stream, so go ahead and throw some questions in the chat if you got anything you want to talk about, any topics you want us to bring up. We do have a little bit.
While you're doing that,
hit that like button. Go to both channels. Hit both of them for us if you would. Real quick, if you guys haven't caught it, 10 more episodes, and we're giving this guy away. So that's going to be on episode 52. Today is 42. I still need you to get that stamp so I can stamp the backside of this.
I know.
5 ounces of silver. It's a good win for somebody. The only way to win.
Think for yourself. What's up, buddy?
3 ways to win.
It's all in the description.
Website. Yep. Website is going to be www.cruciblelive.com. Don't worry about me. You're going to go on Instagram. You're going to follow at the Crucible Podcast. And the third one is going to be our YouTube channel specifically to get dedicated to the Crucible. It's at the Crucible Podcast.
Yeah, Randy, 52, 10 more weeks has been a straight year. Think for yourself. Crazy. I thought you was taking a break, buddy, but glad to see you. I watched your video today, and I will go back and leave you a comment. I left one before. I had a couple questions, but email me on that if you remember the question. No big deal whatsoever, but glad to see your video. Glad that you are going to go ahead and take that break. Everybody deserves a damn break.
That's right. That's right. Now, Paul, I think I told you earlier in the week, I got a phone call. It was a voice message because I don't answer random calls, but it was a voice message from Nationwide Coin and Bullion. And they
Oh,
were reminding me that 1 year ago today, it was probably 2, 3 days ago. 1 year ago, I purchased a 1 ounce gold coin, American Gold Eagle from them at spot. And if you guys haven't gone on their website yet, they're one of the few places that actually will do like an introductory offer. They're going to try
yeah.
to pitch you on some high end stuff too. But if you stick to your guns, they will sell you an ounce of gold at spot. So he was telling me, in the voice message, he was like, "Yeah, you bought it at 1970 an ounce." And today's spot
Ooh,
price per Kitco is 23.59. And so I went back and I kind of did
nice.
a little bit of math, a little bit of mathing. And at that time, I'd actually bought
That's why
10
you're sick.
ounces. I know, man, too much math. My brain cooks.
The 10 ounces from Guido.
9 ounces from Guido, 1 ounce from Nationwide Coins.
Gotcha.
Total investment at the time, 19,592, and current value is 23,597. So gains of $4,000 if I were to offload at spot right now. So I'm sure somebody in the chat has made similar moves over the past year and is really just enjoying this hike in spot price. But go
And
ahead.
that's kind of why, yeah, well, that's kind of why this is labeled. I forget how exactly it's titled. Um, what is it? Why should you
Why
care
you
about
should care
silver and
about the
gold
silver and
market in
gold market. Yep.
2024? Well, there's plenty of reasons for that. One reason is just what you explained right there. Keep track of your stack. I know if he's still in here, think for yourself. He's a gold stacker, or used to be for sure. And I would be very curious to find out. This is all obviously private information, and it's not one to come forward and talk about it, which that's fine. But that turnaround on someone who has been stacking for as long as he has, and others out there that have been stacking for much, much longer than you or I, of what is their dollar cost average compared to today? Are you thinking about getting rid of it? Because, a lot of it is quote unquote hoarding, and people are not ever going to get rid of it and could
Yeah.
care less what the spot price is. And you watch it, right? You watch what the spot price is doing. The premium is fairly decent. I guess I'm just trying to be careful with the words. Fairly decent right now. Yeah, spot is almost $2,400, but the premium isn't putting your ounce of gold at 2,600, or
Right.
even your ounce of silver. What is silver at? What'd you say? 30? Is it over 30
Uh,
still?
$30.80.
Yeah. So there you go. Okay, so I don't think you're going to see American Eagles online for like $42 like you would have at the beginning
Right.
of the year, depending on what the spot price was. At some point in time, the premium was 100+% on American Silver Eagles. They might
Yep.
be 36. So that's for an Eagle, it's still a premium. You're paying $4 or $5 over.
Mhm.
It all depends on where you are at and what your plan is, I guess. If you like Eagles, you're going to buy Eagles. If you like
Yep.
the weight, you're obviously looking at much larger things or close to spot as possible, right?
Right. And your brother Outdoor Conquest just said everything's for sale for the right price. So I would actually add to that, for the right price or for the right reasons, because that is kind of the benefit and the value of having silver and gold disposable to you, is that if you need money and you can liquidate and you can have some money. So for instance, next week my 12-year-old is getting braces. So I've got to come up with 7 grand, something like
Uh-huh.
that.
Yep.
I've got, check this out, and this is so weird. This blows my mind, and it's just the buying habits of people. I've got about 10 items on my Instagram for sale. One of the items, you're gonna have to find out which one. One of the items is under spot by $1.80 right now, and there are multiples of them. So you're talking about ounce of silver, $1.80
You're
under
talking
spot,
about
selling
your
it.
shot.
Oh, you gave it away. Yep, I'm talking about the
Oh,
shot.
shit. Whoops. Get over there. Yeah, no. I saw all that come up. I saw all that come up.
Yep, and I only had one buyer. I only had
Yeah.
one person that,
And
and I'd actually never dealt with the guy before.
bought like 5 ounces or something, right?
Right. Damn, you're
Something like
good,
that.
man.
I'm all over the place, man. I'm all
So,
over the place.
anyways, it blows my mind that you can offer stuff under spot, and I've seen other people on Facebook and stuff offering at or above spot, and they're selling. But for some reason, people are more hesitant to pull the trigger with somebody that they're not constantly buying from.
Yeah,
So,
right.
whatever it
People get
is,
comfortable with who they buy from, right?
that's correct. That's correct. So, Paul, I've been meaning to ask you, how do you get your Morgans so clean?
You got the video loaded up?
I don't.
Oh, what a trend that was, right?
Oh my god.
That
So,
that poor girl.
if you
That poor
guys
girl.
don't know, we're just touching on it real quick. This the Haktui girl, right?
Oh my
So,
goodness.
she went viral right around Father's Day. I think
Oh,
it was
happy Father's
probably
Day to all the fathers out there, by the way.
and to you as well. Um, So yeah, it went viral right around Father's Day. Like, what do you want to get for your husband on Father's Day? And then there was that clip was just edited in, and I think the guys really resonated with that one. We all shared it with each other and whatever, and it's kind of funny. But here's the interesting thing about these viral memes is that you can capitalize on them because you did, and you got like I don't know 3 or 4 thousand views
It did
on
well on Instagram, TikTok, and
not
YouTube,
so
not so
much.
much.
Yeah. But yeah, you got a lot of views and that's great because it brings you exposure. But I just think it's
Sure.
pretty funny. On the other side of that, I've already seen two custom bars made that said Hawk
Yes.
Tui sit on
Yeah,
that
and
thing
t-shirts and
and
hats,
t-shirts
and
and hats.
you sent me somebody's license plate.
Yep. Yep. Somebody got the
Somebody
license plate
registered a
made.
damn license plate.
Yep.
If you ain't first, you're last. Like I said, so my as you were saying, so my brother and I, we, a lot of conversations on the phone and um text back and forth, and obviously some of those were back and forth, right? And I'm like, I haven't seen one about a coin yet. I'm like, I'm gonna go find the dirtiest coin I could find and then just say, how do you clean this thing? And I was like, you know what? I think it'll be better if I just find a really, really clean Morgan. So I
There you
found
go.
the cleanest Morgans I could. And I said, no one's even done this yet, but it's at the time that I made the damn thing, it was 3, 4, even 5 days after the fact, and at that point, I mean, I was even getting sick of seeing these things. You're
Yeah.
just kinda scrolling through, and it's like, dude, it's like every other video you're just kinda flipping through at lunch. I'm like, "Dude, this is enough. I gotta make
Yep.
one now and just be done with it." Yes.
Yep.
Gonna make it to the beach this summer. He's trying to convince his wife, yes, you need to go to the beach. I remember the videos you did. You had your toes in the sand, dude. Go get you some of that fresh lobster, maybe some crawfish, something
Mm,
like that. Get
mm.
out of town, get out of Dodge. My brother actually has a very nice camper parked at a very nice county park, and we do tend to go visit him because it's right at the Caseville Beach, walking distance from him. And yeah, we do go spend some time up there, which is very, very fun. Now, where he's at, so that's like north, right, of where I'm at. That's the tip of the thumb of Michigan. So if you're looking at Michigan, it's right up
Yep.
here, tip of the thumb. If we go east of my place, they call it the sunrise side, right? So it's more rocky over there. It's tough to get into the water. The water's a little cooler. You get up by him, it's typically decently temperature water, and it's just nice beach sand there. It's well taken care of. So yes, and you should too. Convince that woman to get out and get some sun on them toes.
I'm trying to get to probably the best or the closest beaches to us are the North Carolina beaches, or Myrtle Beach isn't too far,
Myrtle
but
Beach.
I hear that one kind of went downhill recently. So I don't know.
Why
We'll see.
so?
It's just tourists kind of trash the place. They kind of let
Damn
anything go
tourists.
there, so it gets messy. But whatever. So what'd you get
Now
into on Father's Day?
Father's Day. I did a lot of work around here.
Uh,
I did a
being
lot
a
of work
father.
around here. Well, after my son had a football tournament, so that was Sunday morning. We had to be up there 8:30 in the morning, flag football thing. So we went and did that. They played 2 games, and that was the end of their tournament run. And we come back home and I didn't do a hell of a lot of work around here. got the grill ready and fired up. We threw some crab legs on the grill, man. Made some
Hey,
cheeseburgers, and it was. I was bloated. I ate way too much. I ain't gonna lie.
that's how to do it,
Ate
man.
way
That's
too
a good
much.
Father's Day.
You sent me a picture the other day, and I have to believe it came from this here magazine
Oh,
right
yeah.
here. Mine
Did you
always
guys
comes
get
a.
yours yet
It just
in the
well,
chat?
yeah. Oh, hey, yeah. Well, you would get it if you ordered from the U.S. Mint, right? Mine always comes a day or two late. You know, when you sent me that picture, I said I gotta go check the mailbox. Nope. But this is what you sent me,
It is. And
and
I think you posted
I
like a
did.
question.
I did because I just put, like or dislike on YouTube, and there's a lot of hatred for it. And for one of them, I do agree with is if it was a coin like the gold version, I would be more excited, right? There's a particular actor by the name of Jack Black,
Yep.
and you've mentioned him before on this show that he's on a like Conan or one of them late night shows talking about, guys talking about he's a collector and yeah, he collects coins. And he said that this is one of his, if not his favorite coin.
But the real
And
one, not this restrike
no,
one.
right, exactly. Like he has a very, very expensive version of that coin, the actual real one. Um, so it just I think to myself, like, is this something someone like that, Jack Black, someone who is a collector who has the original stuff, is this something that would interest him? Because it seems to me like just a small group of people that actually do come and comment on the community tab. People, you got to understand that YouTube is just huge, right? And we appreciate it shows 15 or 16 people here. You're taking time out of your day to sit and listen to us talk. We truly appreciate it, but it's so big that it's a lot of times people don't see it. And like I said, it's not the end of the world situation, but that was one of the main things was, it's not a coin. Or one guy just says it's just ugly. And
Or
then
unoriginal.
exactly. Or the US Mint just bringing back more old BS to make some money, stuff like that.
Yep.
I am completely on the fence with it. I would love to see, obviously, the gold is going to be $100 gold coin. It's going to have a reeded edge. It'll say "In God We Trust." It'll have all the fun stuff that the U.S. Mint puts on their actual coinage, packed with a heavy ass premium for sure.
Wait, they're doing that one in gold?
Yes.
No
Yes,
kidding.
sir.
Do they
Yes,
have a
sir.
picture of that in there?
No, no.
Hmm,
And I'm surprised. I haven't looked at the Mint website, but I don't know if they've put this picture on the Mint website yet. The
interesting.
product schedule. I haven't looked. Chuck Stacker, how you doing?
What's up, buddy? Good
Um,
stuff.
so yeah, I mean it's just one of those, I call it like a game time decision type thing. I'm not gonna get myself overly excited, but I'm also not thinking about it either.
Yeah, think for yourself. I'm with you on that. I like that old classic Americana look. Anything old, I think, looks cool. And bringing it back is great. Like Paulie said, though, I would like to see it on a coin. I feel like it holds more weight when they do something like that. And like, I don't understand the rationale behind making it a metal. Like, what benefit does that give them? Why couldn't they just make it a
There's a
coin?
lot of there's a lot of stuff that goes on when they can say this is actually legal tender, and it's just something that maybe it's just easier for them to do, to not make it legal tender. Just
Hmm.
make it a metal and be done with it. Don't worry, they're gonna sell. They're gonna say.
But anybody could. I mean, Intaglio Mint could make that.
Sure.
That's
And
like,
well, and look what they've done with the Mercury dime. I mean, they've made, I think you had one, like a
yeah,
bunch of different, blasts with the die on it on
yep,
one big ass
multi-strike.
2 ounce. Yeah. And that thing looked
Yeah,
cool. Look
yeah.
cool as can
Well,
be.
they had that one. They did the seated Liberty, walk-in Liberty. But those were all in like 2 ounce.
Yeah.
So I mean, those are cool. But again, it's just a metal, so it doesn't really hold the weight. So no originality, unfortunately, but it is cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
So they got that going. They've gonna continue with that series of Morgan and Peace dollars. They've got the uncirculated and the proof and the reverse proof. Um I don't know. I think I'll get them this year, and who knows? We'll see what happens next year.
For the folks in the chat, you guys have hopefully you've seen some of our more recent episodes where we've had quite a few of the more prominent people in the precious metals world start showing up on our show. If you know of anybody that you think we should reach out to and we should bring on the show that would be a worthwhile interview, please let us know in the chat. We
Yes,
had
please do
Who
that.
did we have? Obviously, we have Sean D'Souza regularly. He's
Well,
probably the most
we had this gentleman
frequently.
on.
Yep. Yep.
If you didn't see last week's,
Bob Campbell.
Bob Campbell from All About Coins in Utah. I had this thing ripped off from him during a coin show a couple weeks back already in Long Beach, California. And I'm glad we got the story from him because there was a lot of people talking that who wouldn't lock their cases and why wouldn't you lock your case and all this. Well, the case was, from what he says, jimmied open. The hinges were messed with. The box was kind of squeezed, does they say? So he could put his hand in there and grab it out
He
and be
shoved
gone.
his hand in there.
He wasn't on site. Obviously, they believe that they were working in some type of team situation to where the two people that were there were distracted. And it's just, it's just odd that other consumers of the show didn't see what was going on. There was other people around. No one was paying attention all at the same time, which is just odd to me. Just very,
Right.
very odd. But
a big old nugget, and nobody saw this guy
big
shoving
old
his
nugget
hand
was
in there.
stolen, 2 pounds. He had a price of, I think it says $82,000 on it. It's 2 pounds of gold. And he's offering a cash reward of $10,000 to get these guys caught. And he said he'd even give it to the guy that stole it because he could use it for legal fees.
And something that that he mentioned, that the gold itself has its own DNA. I thought that was quite interesting when he was
mentioned that
explaining
to
that.
somebody at work the following day because I brought it up at work and I had said that.
Yeah, it's so by that he doesn't mean that it actually has DNA. He means that it has like trace amounts of other metals and components that can allow it to be geolocated to a certain region of the world. So you would know that this metal component comes from these stones or these nuggets from this region, and that one has its own signature.
1800s California. That's nuts. And as we said, as they said, the person who found that, that's what interests me. Somebody found that. Somebody
sitting
found
on a pile,
and it was never turned in, never used, maybe traded at some point in time for something, and then that person kept it. But somehow, some way, it never got melted just to be turned around and stolen again. Maybe it was stolen, way back when too from people. I don't know, but that's the thing about history of whether it be coins or nuggets like that. That's just crazy. Damn, how do you smuggle out a 2-pound gold nugget? No witness. Right. Well, apparently it's the size of your, it could fit in the palm of your hand, and the guy just stuffed it in his pocket and away he went. So the stuff they showed on the news, you can Google or not, you can Google it if you want to, but you can go on YouTube and type in, gold nugget stolen, and there'll be like ABC News from California. Like that footage is terrible. Like, because it's coming from somebody's camera from a different
booth
table. I think you said, different booth. So they actually do have some good footage that the arena or the vent holder had security cameras. And, Bob actually said he thinks he dealt with the guy who stole it a few months prior.
Right. He gave him some advice or something like that.
Trying to offload or get more money for some rare coins that he had, which he probably stole from another show.
Yeah. And so prior to that episode, we had Heidi Wasweet on. If you guys don't know who she is, a prominent engraver in the coin community. It's just really interesting if you have any family members or relatives that are trying to go into art school or be an art major. She actually has no art degree. She just worked her way through it and gained a whole bunch of experience. And now she is one of the most world-renowned engravers for any
Actually
mint.
applied at the Sunshine Mint, right? Or was it a different mint before that, just for something to do, not really thinking it was going to be a career type move, right?
Oh yeah, and she was hired, and they trained her, and she worked.
Yeah,
She
thanks,
said
Jen.
almost every field.
Thanks, yo.
Yeah, almost every field within that Sunshine Mint.
Yeah, right. Right. Slayer Stacker, we are
What's
doing
up, buddy?
wonderfully. Doing wonderfully tonight.
Good
Decided to go
stuff.
live, and here we are. We are live. And you know what? Before I came down to the dungeon, before I came down here, I was upstairs looking for something, because I don't want you to think that I'm welching on little bet that you won over a month ago. Now, this was going
See,
to
I
be the
didn't even
perfect
think
time
about
to
that.
do it. Well, I did. And everything was put away into the Halloween totes. But my son used to have a whole lineup, because you know which one I was going to wear, and I'm still going to do it. And I'm still going to play the part. But it's in a tote. And when I get the tote out and I get the mask out, the next time that we are solo like this, it's going to happen, because I don't welch on bets. It's going to happen.
So for the viewers, you want to explain to them what happened?
You can go ahead, because I'm just going to sit in my sorrows over here, because I'm the loser
So we had a
and
bet
you're still the winner.
a few weeks ago. I think spot was climbing. It was doing something, and it was like maybe 28. And I was like, I think it's going to close above 30 in the next couple of days. Like by Friday, it will close above 30. And Polly's like, I don't know. I don't know if it'll do that. And sure enough, it shot right up, and it did.
That
And
day,
that day, that within a few hours.
that was like a
Yep.
Wednesday. I was like, I feel pretty good about Friday. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Nope. Yep.
No, and then stayed above 30. Actually went above 31, I think, is where it closed on that Friday.
Yep.
And then we've just had, guests with us ever since. And then I said, where's
Yep.
all those masks at? Ma, put them in the tote.
So the bet was that whoever lost has to wear a stupid hat or mask or something like that for one of the shows. Maybe like a stormtrooper helmet or something like.
If I get my hands on one, I would definitely wear that.
I got, what is that? This thing right back here, Boba Fett.
Yeah, but see, that's cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah. And you made that. Like, you didn't just go buy that. You actually made that.
Right.
Petrodollar agreement expiring. Yes. Yes, we have. Well,
Yeah,
I've heard a little bit
Saudis.
about that. Yes. Yes.
Yep. So what he's talking about there is how the Saudis are not renewing, and pardon my vernacular if I get it wrong in how I'm dictating this, but basically, they're not renewing their agreement to use the dollar in exchange for their oil. So there goes that. Interesting thing, and this kind of ties in with BRICS and all the other things.
Yeah.
My mom was coming to visit. She was here for about a week, right before Father's Day, and she was explaining to me how, I think she said, I don't know if it was the Russian president. So the president of Peru is going to visit Russia, and then they're going to have like the president of China come to Peru. And it's interesting that those are two major players in the BRICS nations, and now they're doing dealings with Peru. And Brazil is already locked in. That's part of BRICS. But if you don't know the significance of Peru, they're the second largest, what would the word be? Producer of silver in the world.
Okay.
Number one being Mexico. Mexico's number one, Peru's number two. So Mexico, I know, has also been in talks with the BRICS nations and joining BRICS. So it's just interesting how these little pieces are kind of falling together, and some people are talking about it, some people are not, but that does directly affect precious metals, because in theory, precious metals have an inverse corollary to the U.S. dollar. So if that, what would the word be, usurps the U.S. dollar, if it flips the U.S. dollar on its back, then you can expect to see gold and silver prices rise. So I guess hold it or buy some. I mean, it's already going up.
Yeah, and that's what Think for Yourself said way up top. He's got a considerable amount, and he's just holding for now, and that's
It's not a
Good
bad
plan.
idea.
No, it's a
Yeah.
great idea. I had a kid from work ask me just yesterday about how does one go about getting into it, or what would typically somebody do. And then he was telling me a story about how his dad just took a bunch of money and put it in. And I said, well, is he buying physical? Is he buying paper? I said, it all depends on what somebody is looking to do, because if your dad goes out and buys a bunch of physical silver, or goes out and buys a bunch and has a company vault it for him, now he's being charged for the vaulting fees. He may not know anything about what he's getting into. He just feels that he's safe. Now he's in the paper market. And I was trying to explain to him, I said, a lot of quote unquote stackers, they want the physical because they believe that, well, quote unquote stackers, preppers, they believe that this stuff is going to save their life one day, and it's going to be used as a everyday currency for your buying of goods and services. This is what a lot of people believe, and they do not want anything to do with paper. But if you are in the paper market, you have what? Absolutely no premium, and you have a chance to move and a little bit more easily than physical.
Quickly. Yep.
Like you're talking with your stuff for sale on Instagram, it's below spot and nobody's touching it. Is nobody touching it because it's just little silver shot and they don't want nothing to do with it? That's okay, fine. But it's silver, physical silver, below the cost of spot price, melt price, cheaper than the piece of paper you can go buy, and you can hold it as physical silver. It's unbelievable. So if you get into a paper market, you're readily available to get rid of it and take your positives, where when you buy the physical, how much time does one have to wait, unless you are a very, very good flipper of precious metals, to make any money on your quote unquote investment? A lot of people are not calling silver and gold a type of investment, but it's, in my book, considered an investment that I make, purchase physical silver. I've thought about the paper market. I just haven't crossed that line yet.
Yeah. And I
It's
think you
just
and I have
something else
talked
to.
about it a lot.
Sure. Sure.
The exit strategy, right? Because at some point
Everybody needs
we
it. It's
will.
different. Everybody lives
Yeah.
in a different world. You can accumulate this stuff, and to stack and collect and do these things, it's it should be money you're not needing, right? But if you're
Right.
using it as a savings, that's the point of, okay, yes, I'm saving this for something in the future. I'm saving this so I don't blow my cash right now. So I'm going to buy this, save it, and I always come back to the premium and how long one has to wait to hopefully get that back. A lot of
Right.
people buy and they don't have a platform to go on and sell, and they have no clue that, okay, I'm going to open up an eBay account, but all of a sudden I can only sell $250 worth of goods, maybe 5 items, and they're going to hit me with 13% if I make a
Yep.
sale. Oh my lordy.
Yep. That's painful.
It's a mess. So people definitely have to research before they decide what they want, paper or physical. And
Yep.
I'm good either way. I can see both sides of it. I don't tend to lean towards the doomsday stuff because life's too short, man.
That's right.
What do we got? Central banks must hold physical. Yes. Hold 100% of the market value to their books. That's why they have been buying so much gold over the past few years. Correct.
Yep. They're waiting for that revaluation of the dollar, and whatever the next currency might be, that'll be the world reserve currency. When that happens, everything will be repriced based on what they've got in their central banks.
He talks a lot about cryptocurrencies,
Mm.
experiences and signs and things like that. I play, I guess what I'll call it for now, nothing serious, but play around a little bit. I don't know if you do. I don't think you do you?
No, it's been a while. I did.
Yeah.
But I've been on hold for that for a little bit.
I always say, well, not always say, but I always go back to when I had that kid sit next to me in the work truck and he was talking about Bitcoin, and you can't go back, but man, sometimes you wish you could. When he's doing this and he's doing that. I said, man, I don't even know what you're talking about, Paul. If you would have just listened a little bit, you would have been all right. But I decided to just put blinders up and just keep doing what I was doing. And that was making it rain wherever, and look at it. He was buying the stuff. I mean, not in 2008 when you could have been buying it for $3.50. What is it? 66,000, 65,000 right now. Come on.
I mean, even I think 2020, it dropped down to like 3,700, something like that.
So he was well into it before it hit 10,000, because he was talking about, okay, so there's an artist or rapper, 50 Cent. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
His first album, he was paid a certain percentage of his income was via Bitcoin, and he cashed that in when it broke $20,000. Cashed it all in, and I forget what the number was that he ended up getting, but I wonder if he's not kicking himself now or just fine about it. I mean, the guy.
I'd be okay with that, man.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Cool.
One of those things. It's one of those, if you could. It's like Back to the Future, and they bring that book back, and they're doing all these sports bets.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, to do that would be spectacular. But you'd be rewriting history, though. It would be different. It would play out differently.
First time I heard of Bitcoin, I was reading about it in the Cass City Star. It was $60 a coin. Ooh la la.
That would have been nice.
Right?
Yep.
Talk about that. Well, how you feeling, man? You look like you're ready to.
Oh yeah,
like
I'm ready to call
crash out. That's all right.
Give me that punch card, man. Guys, if you didn't know, I am sick as a dog, so I need to go take my meds and find my bed. But
take his meds, find his bed.
Yes, and get some of that haktui.
Yeah. Hey, folks, today, we truly appreciate you being here on this live stream. Thank you very much. If you could, just drop us a comment in the comment section on your way out and hit the like button. Tell your friends the next time. Join us for the next Crucible, episode 43. All right. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.